Good afternoon and welcome to Making Learning Fun with Catchy Words and Apple Clips. My name is Jocelyn Martinez and the moderator today is Samantha Patton. First, I'll speak about Catchy Words. This is a really cool app that students in younger ages are able to use. It's an augmented reality word game, and it's very appropriate for all the ages. It's very easy to use for the younger students especially, and in a minute you'll see why. It will help your students increase their spelling and vocabulary words and can be used to help students remember sight words. And then it also has an option where you can create your own personal word list so the students can use while they play Catchy Words. Catchy Words makes learning fun for students. So first they start like this. The screen comes on and they have to pop the bubble and they release all the letters into the air. Now they see what's in the room. It's kind of like live. So they have to go around and with their iPad, try to catch the letters to build the word that was given to them. Once the students catch all the words and they put them in the correct order, they're celebrated. You see all this confetti coming down. And then at the end here is the part where teachers are able to create a list of words for students to use while they play this app on their iPad. However, there is a catch for this app. It's very limited to the people that can use it. Catchy Words is only compatible in iPads that are 5th generation or newer, and it requires iOS 11, and it does not work on many iPads. I was unable to download it on my classroom iPads because there are many iPads. We were able to get the district to approve the app and get it into self-service. However, it's only compatible with iPads that are 5th generation and newer and are updated to iOS 11. So if you have an iPad that's compatible, I really urge you to look into this app. It's very, very fun. I was able to use it on an iPhone, but I was not able to download it into my iPad. So if anybody uses it, you can go ahead and email me and let me know how well you liked it. I am very determined to use it in my classroom, so I'm going to figure out a way to include it in my class because they are 4 and 5 years old and they would absolutely love this game. It's an amazing app that would help them learn their letters. So I'm determined to figure out a way to do it, and maybe later on down the road, I might do another webinar on this. Now, the second thing that we'll be looking at is Apple Clips. And this is really, really easy for anyone that thinks that technology is hard and technology, you don't really want to incorporate it into your classroom because it's difficult. Well, Apple Clips is a great way to start and a great way to have your students use it to show what they have learned. It allows students to share their learning in a fun, easy way by creating a video. Now, it does include everything that the students are used to in other social media applications. They have filters, they have animated text, music, emojis, fun stickers. And they have stickers that they know, not just the emojis. They have the Disney, the Star Wars, the Pixar. So I'll be showing all of this to you in a minute. What I like about Clips is that it's very easy to make. The buttons are very few. The controls are simple. It does not require any timelines. It does not require any tracks, no complicated editing tools. You can even crop the video in a very easy manner. Now, to record the video and take photos, and you can add them from your library. If you have something that you have recorded previously, you can edit it in Apple Clips by just downloading it from your library. You can reorder the time of the frames that you've recorded. and you can add music or use the tracks that are already built into the app, and they will adjust to your video. So you don't even have to cut the music shorter or longer because it will automatically adjust to your video. Now, one of the great things about Apple Clips is the live titles. When a student is presenting, they can create animated titles and captions simply by using their voice. As they're speaking, the app will show the title on the slide. And then if something was misspelled or it was heard wrong by the application, they can go back and edit. They can easily change the style of the title. They can adjust text and the punctuation. They can insert different stickers and emojis into the titles. And the best thing is that Clips speaks different languages. You can set it to where it detects different languages, including Spanish, which is the one I put here, that Clips habla español. It has many languages, so students are able to present in different languages, and it will pick up, the titles will be picked up by the app. So they're able to explain projects in their native language, maybe in the language that they feel most comfortable in. They have, as I said before, there's many different effects and filters. You can turn any photo or video into a painting or a sketch or a comic book, which is the fun part. You know, they can show their learning and they can make a video of what they're doing, but this will really intrigue them and it will make them want to turn it into something more. And students can use filters to add drama or impact to photos and videos. They can also use it while they're recording, so they can either apply the filter before recording or after. They can apply them to photos and videos that they have in their photos library. They're able to add the same stickers, as I said before, into the titles and into the pictures. They also have full screen posters. It could be like a title page or an ending page or something, and they're animated backgrounds that move, and you can edit the text. So it could be like the title of a story, and then maybe to change scenes. They have so many possibilities and so many backgrounds that the students can use. Now, how can we use it in the classroom? Well, Clips is very simple, and it's very simple for the teachers and the students to use. The teachers can use Clips to explain a topic and maybe leave it to where the students can go back and read and listen to the topic or the instructions again. You can also make a video and share it with your students. I know many teachers use either Seesaw or Class Dojo, and you can share the video with your students as a resource that they can use at home. Maybe something that they weren't able to understand. During school, they'll have that resource too, where they can go back and listen to it one more time. Also, for parents, it's very good for the parents to be able to have this resource because sometimes they don't understand the homework or they don't understand what the students are doing. And if we make a simple video and share it with them, then we don't have to, they don't have a sort of an excuse, I guess, and they can always have it at their hand to be able to listen to the video. Students can use the selfie feature to make a presentation, and maybe if it's not a group presentation, they can record themselves. So it also has this feature. Students can use Clips to present a project or to demonstrate what they have learned. And this is very simple. It's very easy and it's very quick. I have 4- and 5-year-old students in my classroom, and my students were able to do this. They were able to hold down the record button. When they let it go, it stops recording. When they press it again, it records again. So it's very simple. They're able to move it around and really say, because it detects and it records everything that they say. I will be showing you a video in a little bit about one of my students. Students can draw and tell a story, and this really helps with story elements. This is a very, very hard concept in the younger grades, especially my students, to understand the setting, to understand the the characters in a story, to understand what happened, what was the outcome, and they're able to draw their own story and maybe record it and make it into a video that later they can share either with the classroom, they can share with their older siblings, they can share with their parents. Um, they can use it to story retell for reading comprehension. This is something that we're trying to get them used to in the younger grades in pre-K and kinder, so it's not as hard for them in the upper grades in first, second, third. So it's something that we're doing now, and we're doing it in a fun way so they don't have as much trouble with it later on. Students can use clips for research and interviews. They can easily um, put in videos. They can go interview people and record them while they do it. So these are several different ways that they can use Apple Clips in the classroom. So now I will show you exactly how Apple Clips will be used, or the different features of it. Where's my if I can find my iPad. I'm sorry, my iPad turned off, which is why the air server went down. So if you just give me a moment, I can turn it back on. Okay, my iPad is connecting. And if you ever have anything to share with your students that's on your iPad, you can just connect it through Air Server. I'm sure most of the teachers know that, but if you didn't know, hey, there's a little tip. So this is Apple Clips. And what can we do with Apple Clips? Well, we have the camera, which is what I'm using now. We have the library if you want to input any of the pictures that you have on your iPad. And you have the posters. Those are the first three things that we see on Apple Clips. As you can tell, they're very child-friendly. The other older kids can also use it. So you can use any of these posters and edit them as you like. We have Mickey and Friends. We have Pixar. Maybe if they're learning about ocean animals. Let's go with that. So you just click on the poster and it will insert it into your story or into your timeline. If you hold the middle, you can edit the text on that poster. So we can put, what do we want to make a story about? The letter C. Something simple. So you see the little colorful star that's on the side? That's actually the effects button on what you want to do on this slide. So if you click on that star, you have labels, which they're loading. You also have stickers. And you'll have all the stickers and the labels throughout the program. So you can use it in different pictures or videos. And then you also have the emojis. And you can insert these before or after you record. If you see on the left-hand side, there's a little text box. Well, that's actually the live titles. Those are the live titles. I have it set to Spanish because that's what my student was using. And I also used it to read a book to them in Spanish. But if you see the little world on the left side, if you click on that, you can change the language of your live titles. So we can go back to English. And as you can see, there's so many languages. I think this is my favorite thing about this whole app. And then you can select how do you want your titles to show on that certain slide. Now the big red button in the middle, I'm pretty sure that's to record. If you press it down, it will record. If you let it go, it stops recording. However, if you hold it down and slide up, it will record until you press the square. So let's try both. You press it down, and it starts recording while you're pressing down the red button. You can also see that it's detecting what I am saying, and it's putting it into the live titles. Now that's my first slide. If I press it down and slide up, it will start recording without me having to press it. When you want it to stop recording, you press the red square. Okay, so what happens if I want to get rid of this background? I'm done with this slide. You go to the upper left-hand side. Oh, I'm sorry, no, you don't. You can go on the left-hand side and review what you're doing. If you press on the slide, you have the options of changing the tiles. You can add effects to that slide. You can mute it, you can delete it, or you can trim it. Now, if I wanted to trim, let me show you that feature because it's really easy. You can play, press play. It will start recording without me having to press it. Now, once you choose what you want to trim, you simply slide this little bar to how short or how long you want that slide. Okay, so I want to keep recording, but I don't want a background. If you're done editing that slide, you press done on the upper left-hand side. I'm going to go back to posters, and I'm going to press camera. Okay, now it will keep recording next to my last slide. But now I'm going to record things about the letter C. And this is in Spanish. I'm sorry, but I teach bilingual. So we're going to have to say some things that start with the letter C, but they start with the letter C in Spanish. Okay. Okay. Since I'm speaking Spanish now, I'm going to change my live titles to Spanish. So you can see both. If you hold down the red button, ¿qué cosas comienzan con la letra C? Cactus, mesa, casa, martillo, candado, mariposa, cuchara, mariquita. Now, as you can see, if we press play, it will start at the very beginning with the first slide. And it starts recording while you're pressing down the red button. And then the transition will be very easy into the second slide. It will start recording without me having to press it. When you want it to stop recording, you press the red square. ¿Qué cosas comienzan con la letra C? cactus, mesa, casa, martillo, candado, mariposa, cuchara, mariquita. Okay, now to end my video, I would like to add an ending poster with a little bit of music. So I'm just going to press the poster that says the end. It will load it into the timeline. If you press on the right-hand side, the upper right-hand side, you see a little music note. That's to add music. Now, if you go to soundtracks, you have music that is already in the app. And I'm just going to choose the first one. I don't really know what it is, but you can listen to it if you'd like. You can make it as short or as long as you like. So I'm just going to press apply, which is on the upper right-hand side. Or if you don't like that song, you just press cancel. You can also add your own music by going to My Music. However, I don't have any music on this iPad, so I'm just going to use this soundtrack. Now, while you speak or while you present this slide, the music will be playing the whole time. I want to take the live titles off because I don't need them at the end anymore. So you press down the black button. This is the end. Thank you for watching. And the music will play as long as you keep pressing the button. So if we want to look at that part, we just press that slide, which is at the very bottom, and you press play. This is the end. Thank you for watching. And the music will play as long as you keep pressing the button. Okay, so now we're finished with our video. The students can create or share their work in any form or using any of the filters, anything that they'd like. Let me show you how to apply a filter. If you could just use any slide at the bottom, we can go back to the middle slide. You press the little star. Anywhere that you see that little colorful star, those are the effects. And you can add the filters, which is the very first option. You can have the comic book. You can have a warm color. You have so many options here that they'll probably take more time making it pretty. So you can use any of these. They can add stickers. I will just download it into the screen. You can make it smaller. You can make it bigger, however they'd like. Okay, so now I'm done with this. Press done on the upper left-hand side. How can I share it? Now, if you look on the right side, on the lower right-hand side, there's a little square box with an arrow. You press that and you can share it. You can save it on the iPad. You can share it through an email, save it on iCloud. Maybe you can save it to your iPad and then share it through Seesaw or Class Dojo. These are many different ways that you can share the video. If you have several students using the same iPad, you can go to the right-hand side, upper left-hand side, I'm sorry, and you will have all the videos there. Now, these are the different videos that my class has created. I can show you a really quick one of one of my students. She was just explaining the life cycle of the butterfly. Now, remember, she's 5, so she doesn't really hold it very well, not very steady. But I'm able to see that she has learned something that we have talked about in class.
This is the life cycle of the butterfly. We have an egg. From an egg cuts a caterpillar. A caterpillar grows to a chrysalis and comes out of the
Now, she let go of the red button before she was able to finish explaining, but that's okay. I'm able to understand that she understands the concepts that we went over in class. Now, I also used it to incorporate reading in all of my centers, not just while we're doing the whole group reading or maybe when they go to reading center, but I've been recording myself reading books, and I just leave one of the iPads in each center, and they're able to listen to a story either before or after they start working. This book is only in English, so I recorded it in Spanish with the live titles, and they're able to have both languages because I can also record the book in English, and they're also looking at the Spanish words. So I can show you this really quick.
Vamos a divertirnos. Bloques. Me gusta construir con los bloques. Pelota. Me gusta jugar con la pelota. Galletas. Me gusta hacer galletas con mamá. Libro. Me gusta leer muchos libros.
Now, once my students started seeing that I was able to read a story while recording it, they also wanted to try it. So that's what we'll be doing next. I'll be having them record themselves reading, practice reading skills because in pre-K, they don't really start reading, but practicing their reading skills more than anything. Well, this is everything. I hope this helped. Thank you so much for watching. I just wanted to share this little bit that learning is fun. We can try to make it as fun as possible for them and for us. This is my name, Jocelyn Martinez. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. I'm a bilingual teacher at Parsons Pre-K. The moderator, Samantha Patton, this is her email, and she's an IST at Hanley Elementary. If you need the link to get credit for this, she will post that in the chat. Thank you very much, and have a great rest of the spring semester.